Hey, what's up guys? How are you guys doing today? It's Eli5 back at you guys with another video. And man, oh man, a lot has happened in the league since the last time I've uploaded a video. But before we start this video, I just have a quick question to ask you guys. How do you guys feel about the NBA being suspended? Me personally, I am pretty disappointed. This NBA season was turning out to be a good season to watch, and now the season might just be cut short due to the coronavirus. But other than that, let us start today's video. In today's video, we will be discussing about the recent events that has occurred within the NBA, and that is how the coronavirus has affected the league in a very bad way. A few days ago, the OKC Thunder and the Utah Jazz were supposed to go up against each other, and as you should know, Rudy Gobert was tested positive for having the coronavirus, and that game ended up being cancelled. Now before I get into anything else, first of all, I wish Rudy Gobert the best and a speedy recovery, but the way he reacted with the situation made a lot of people upset. If you don't know, he was basically joking around and saying that he had the coronavirus, touching his teammates and their belongings, and he touched the mics that he used within his interview. But the thing is, he was doing all of this while he was already infected with this virus, and he didn't even know he had the disease until afterwards. Now, after Gobert was being careless with this situation, touching his teammates in the mics, looking back at the time where the Utah Jazz players were all tested for the coronavirus when the game was postponed against the OKC Thunder and the Jazz, another player other than Rudy Gobert tested positive for this virus, and it was none other than rising all-star Donovan Mitchell. When I found this out, I was really in shock. This shows you how contagious that this disease is, and how this is really a situation that you shouldn't take lightly at all. There were many important players within Chesapeake Arena during this time, and these players included Hall of Fame Chris Paul, rising all-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, good guy Steven Adams, and so on. My point is that these are players that many people love, and finding out that Donovan Mitchell has this virus also really hurts a lot of Utah Jazz fans and NBA fans in general. Now, me personally, I think what Rudy Gobert did was definitely not professional at all, and he could have been more responsible handling this situation. It's okay to joke once in a while, but this tells you that karma is a real thing and it is really out there to get you eventually. Knowing the way basketball goes, I could tell that him doing this was enough to ruin team chemistry as a whole, and it's over something that could have been avoided easily. But he eventually posted a tweet saying, "The first and most important thing is I would like to publicly apologize to the people that I may have endangered. At the time, I had no idea I was even infected. I was careless and make no excuse. I hope my story serves as a warning and causes everyone to take this seriously. I will do whatever I can to support using my experience as a way to educate others and prevent the spread of this virus. I am under great care and will fully recover. Thank you again for all your support. I encourage to take all of the steps to stay safe and healthy. Love." Reading this shows that Gobert takes full own responsibility as to what he has done towards himself and his teammates as a whole. I understand that he didn't know that he was infected with this virus prior to doing all of the careless actions that he did, but that is still something that you shouldn't play around about at all. You don't know where those mics have been. You don't know where your teammates' belongings have been. You are surrounded in an environment where there are a lot of germs and dirt that can easily get you sick. And I bet you Rudy Gobert didn't even wash his hands after he touched all of those mics when the interview was over. There was also a point during the pregame between the OKC Thunder and the Utah Jazz where Chris Paul went up to the Utah Jazz bench and tried to ask them what was wrong with Rudy Gobert. The whole Utah Jazz bench basically yelled at Chris Paul to get away as fast as he can from them. Taking this into consideration, the Utah Jazz probably had a feeling that they had the coronavirus before the game even started. If that statement is true, then the teams that they have played within the past week are in risk of having the virus as well. These teams are the Toronto Raptors, Detroit Pistons, Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Cleveland Cavaliers, and so on. In my personal opinion, the teams that I just mentioned should get tested as well, just to make sure that they haven't gotten infected with the coronavirus too. Basketball is a high contact sport obviously, so being in contact with Donovan Mitchell and other players on the roster for like 2 hours within a basketball game could potentially affect players on these teams. And it is crazy because Mitchell was really playing basketball while he had the coronavirus without him even knowing. This shows you that this disease is really something that you have to pay close attention to. But most importantly, after hearing the news about Rudy Gobert testing positive on having the coronavirus, the NBA decided to just shut the league down all at once until further notice. There has already been theories of the NBA either resuming the season once this whole situation clears up, or just having the playoffs start when the situation clears up. Me personally, I'd rather resume the season. I know that it will make the NBA schedule out of order in the future, but it has been too good of a season that I just want to see how the rest of the regular season plays out. I feel like if the playoffs start right then and there, it's not going to be fair, especially for the teams that's so close for being in the 8th seed. In the West, the race for the 8th seed is pretty close, with teams like the Kings, Blazers, and the Pelicans trying to steal that spot from the Grizzlies. But if the playoffs start, then they really can't do anything to get the 8th seed anymore. But if the NBA starts with the playoffs, then I wouldn't be mad either. Not just the NBA was affected though. Many other sports leagues has also been cancelled because of this coronavirus. Things like March Madness, the McDonald's event, the MLB, and so on has also been cancelled in order to provide as much safety possible for the athletes within these events. Not only that these leagues were cancelled, but now schools around the world are also being cancelled to provide safety for the kids attending those schools. This all seems like an apocalypse movie in my eyes. It really sucks, but at the end of the day, it is the best thing to do. Safety and health comes first before anything, and to be honest, with all of these events being cancelled, it is going to be pretty hard for me to find something to talk about in my future videos, because what is there to talk about if there's nothing going to be on for a long time, like honestly. But that is a different story for another day. I will make sure to find things to talk about, even if I have to talk about the events in the past. But other than that, I basically covered everything that needed to be discussed in regards to this situation. And to be fair, us fans are pretty upset that the league has been shut down for now, but it was only for the best. If Rudy Gobert never tested himself, then the NBA would still be going on as of today, and that will increase the chances of more and more NBA players to be infected with the virus anyways. So it was a smart move for the NBA to suspend the league for right now. Gobert and Mitchell are currently being quarantined for this virus, and they will eventually be recovered. But it's just a matter of when will they recover. What do you guys think? Do you guys forgive Rudy Gobert for his actions, or are you guys keeping a grudge for what he did? Other than that, that will be the end of today's video. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video and subscribe to this channel. I will greatly appreciate it. I'm out. Peace.